When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, an excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Now Rodgers. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And Nelson recovering from that ACL back at practice. They're going to be cautious, of course, not using him in the preseason, but should be ready for week 1.
And that's smart by them. Make sure he's back for the regular season. Yes, they might miss a little bit of timing in the preseason, but he and Aaron Rodgers will work on that in practice, off on the side by themselves. Plus, they've got some pretty good equity built up over the length of their career. Get him back, ready to go. One of the best receivers in the league.
They'll come out in the pistol. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And incomplete to open things up. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
To throw is Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson, 49 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Rodgers. And Cook has it, left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Eddie Lacy taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And for Thomas Rawls, Charles, with his absence in the preseason, you wonder if he's losing a little ground to Kristen Michael.
157 yards, 24 carries.
Better than 6 yards per carry.
Yeah, you'll lose ground when people play like that. Kristen Michael finally playing up to his promise and to his ability. And they're also looking for something from C.J. Prosise, who they drafted out of Notre Dame. But he's had a hamstring injury, and that's really set him back.
And they say he hasn't been able to play the Madden game. He's been too busy with the injury and trying to learn a new system.
They don't let the Madden game into the training room. That's the problem. C.J. Prosise has to get healthy, and then he can start playing.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. This time Wilson will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's got room. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They'll run it with Lacey. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. They tried to pound it in with Lacey. He comes up short, and the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Another pistol look here. And that is incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and goal to go now. Lacey will try again. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Sam Shields. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So the defense flinches, contact made, and the 5-yard penalty ensues. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
2nd down following the incompletion. One back is Lacey. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Caught by Nelson left side. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action here on first down. And complete right side to Cook. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll be a Green Bay first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Now Rodgers will handle Lacy. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Now Rodgers.
To me, that's a superior play.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson from 19 yards away. And the Packers add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go back to the air here after the INT. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Time running out here on the play clock. Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They go read option with Wilson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. 3rd and 4. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Now the Packers get set to go. Now on 1st down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
1 back is Lacy. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Out to the flat for Lacy. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to the back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Caught by Cobb. And down inside the 15 he goes. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise.
And he's got his big tight end. That's Rodgers who caught it for the Packer touchdown. Richard Rodgers as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. To return, this is Doug Baldwin. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Drops it underneath for Walls. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On first down, Wilson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked out all week long.
Now here's Baldwin. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, Charles, last week we did some fantasy draft talk, and we've got more drafts coming up this week. The Madden draft on September 1st that I'm in, so give me a few names. Who's poised for a breakout?
I can't wait to follow this throughout the year and see how you're doing.
You're going to laugh at me.
You know you've gone into the Shark Tank here. Right? Some big-time players, but a little bit I know about it, I know you've got to start with a runner, right? Is it a Todd Gurley? Is it a Ezekiel Elliott? Is it an Adrian Peterson? I keep hearing Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers may be the #1 pick for everyone all throughout fantasy world.
Odell Beckham up toward the top as well.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm telling you something. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you my sleeper on that. Jordy Nelson with the Green Bay Packers. He is back. He's ready to go. And Aaron Rodgers is motivated this year. I think that there'll be a big-time connection. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On second down, Rawls. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
First down, this is Rawls. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
One receiver left, two to the right. Play clock winding down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll set up the screen to Lacey. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So the call stands as is. Not only is that the case, now you're out of challenges, too.
Which means that if anything goes haywire and you look out and you want to get it corrected, you cannot unless it's within 2 minutes.
And Charles, switching gears for a second. Rosters trimmed to 75 as of 4 p.m. Tuesday. What are some of the early surprises you saw?
Well, how about Paul Kruger, the outside linebacker in Cleveland? I thought he would adapt really well to their new system. He's gone. Ruben Randall, a wide receiver we thought had big value. He's gone from Philadelphia. And how about our guy, Terrence Knighton? The big fella, gone from New England. What did he put out on social media on the way out?
He said, it's been real, New England. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Out in the flat for Starks. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a long time. Of yardage.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And the play clock's running down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. All right, Charles, let's switch gears to preseason injuries, always a hot topic. Look at the Chargers, 2 Achilles injuries out for the season, both their tight end Jeff Cumberland and Brandon Oliver as well.
2 key players for them, and Brandon Oliver, I mean, he's a little rock when he runs the football, and they're going to miss him both running it and in special teams. And don't forget Benjamin Watson, who went to the Ravens this year, one of the better pickups for them. He's out for the season after an Achilles. I'm not a doctor. I can't play one, but I have heard doctors say the guys are getting bigger, stronger, faster. But the Achilles is really bearing up some pressure now.
Just need you to be careful on the Stepmaster at the hotel, okay? We don't need you going down with an Achilles injury.
I agree totally. I'll do my best.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. A play fake to start. Now Rodgers surveying the field. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Tim Mastay now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
He
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Here's John Ryan now, standing just outside his own goal line. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They go play action for... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Wilson, a give to Rawls. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receipt.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Wilson now off the bootleg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now the 4th-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. 4th down, they're going for it. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run for it. Rolls. And he will have a 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. Call it a pickup of 7. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Time running out here on the play clock. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to win it, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, 29 yards. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And there's a flag on the play. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And the kicker failed to get the ball 10 yards down the field. That's a penalty.
You have one job. Get the ball 10 yards or more downfield as the kicker. He failed to execute.
Now a 10th carry here for Lacey. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
One back is Lacey. And he'll get it up the middle. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Another pistol look here. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. He's going to float this over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. A gutsy decision there, going for it on fourth, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.